Hey everyone, Ilias here, and as you can see, we're not in small cold Germany anymore. No, we're here in North Africa, and as you can see, we got October. It's October right now, we've still got about 30 degrees out here, so I can't complain about the weather. Now, in today's video I want to talk about goals and why goals are so massively important if you ever want to live like the top 1%. Now, what I've come to realize over the course of the last couple of weeks is this. We often do things in our lives not because they are actually the determining factors in moving forward and making progress or getting results, but we tend to do things that make us feel like we're actually making progress and moving forward, when what it really is just another distraction bringing our focus away and leading into a task that does not improve our lives and does not improve ourselves to move closer to our goals at all. And this is where goals, or really a goal, comes in. And let's start this by thinking about this example for a moment. Imagine that you are on a ship, a big cruiser that's flowing through the water of the ocean, seemingly with no endpoint in sight. And because you start to wonder what the next port of arrival is, you decide to go up to the navigation control and ask the captain of the ship what the next destination is. And within seconds, the captain of the ship could tell you exactly what the next destination is. But what the captain also understands is this. His goal, the port, will be invisible for fully 99% of his journey, until one fine morning he sees his goal, the port, emerging at the horizon. The captain of the ship also understands that he can only focus on and arrive at one port at a time. So he cannot focus and he cannot arrive at two or more ports at one time. And you see, we could go on with this example of a ship and pull way more valuable learning lessons out of it, but quite frankly I believe that this is enough for us to work on today's topic, goals. You see, most people go through life without having goals, without ever working on a meaningful project or any self-defined goals. They'd rather let themselves be assigned one by another person to build their dream. Now, why is this bad? Well, in order for you to enjoy this game called life, you need to be able to make your own rules. You need to be able to set your own goals and pursue your own self-defined goals. And today, thanks to the internet, it is easier than ever to do what you want for a living while sharing your insights and your story with other people to help them elevate too. So where do I want to go with this? I believe that most people nowadays in our world are like ships without rudders, without any goal or meaningful destination or direction where to go in life. And so they drift through life, letting circumstances control their actions and reactions. So they're never being proactive on anything. And this is where it gets interesting. When you look at the 99%, so normal people, they always seem to be complaining about their life situation, complaining about their job, their wife, their kids, their body, literally everything. And as soon as they feel like something isn't going their way or as easily as they thought it would, their standard basic attack, their default attack to this situation is to complain or cry about things being like they are. And the best and probably most funniest thing that I see people do is trying to give circumstances or other people the responsibility for their own actions. It's the government's fault, it's the white racist dude in the parliament, it's my parents, it's my boss. Always searching the fault and the reason for why they are right now in other people or external sources, never in themselves. But let me tell you one thing that I've come to realize over the last couple months or even a year. Where you are right now in this moment is because of the decisions you made leading up to this moment. And you might not believe it, and it's true that there are a lot of things that are outside of our control, but if you really think about it, the only thing that we as humans have full control over is our state of mind. We're gonna cover happiness in one of the next videos, but again, happiness is a choice. So if you're not happy, it's because you don't decide, you don't choose to be happy. So whatever you go through, you are the one, you are the only person who decides how to handle the situation, how to react to it. Now, before we dive into the topic of goals, I want to give you an easy to do practice exercise that you can literally apply on every single decision that you make on a daily basis. And it's this. There are infinite ways to decide whether a decision is net positive or net negative, but try to use second order consequences. And what that means is, before you make a decision, ask yourself, what is the first consequence that's going to affect my life after making this decision? And when you got that, just go on. Where could this small and seemingly insignificant small decision possibly get me. In a moment, I'm gonna give you another technique on how you can make the right decision every single time. But first, we need to understand a couple very essential and fundamental building blocks in goals. If you want me to really take a deep dive into the topic of goals and how to set them properly, let me know in the comments. But for now, let's get started. And as a little context in my situation, more than a year ago, I thought I had set the right goal. I thought that I had set the right goal that's gonna propel me forward, but it wasn't. So now I'm trying to figure out how to set them properly, myself. Just so that you don't think that I got everything figured out. I'm a student of life just like you are. But I'm constantly educating myself to move forward with more speed and, most importantly, without skipping any steps in the process. I know we are already a couple minutes into the video, but what I'm about to share with you could have saved me years of mindlessly consuming business and self-improvement content. So please go get your notebook, take some notes and listen carefully. Because this video could very well be the one video that's gonna change your life forever. I'm sure you know this. All these gurus and in all these motivational videos, you only hear, take action, take action. But what if this very action is a distraction? Look at it this way. If you have your goal right here, and the way to get there, I can't even see it, and the way to get there is a road. Now you encounter a hurdle or a roadblock on this road. Wouldn't it be wise to remove the problem that's right in your way? Yes, but why do we always try to learn and try to solve problems that aren't even on our way? We read all these books, we attend all these seminars, we watch all these videos, but we never try to be present and see the problem, the real problems that we have right now in this moment. So now how do we set goals? Or even better, a vision for our future? I believe that we as humans are rather lean towards avoiding pain than we are in getting pleasure. So the first thing in figuring out what you want is figuring out what you don't want. And let's just call it your anti-vision. And your anti-vision encompasses all the skills you don't care to learn, all the books you don't care to read, all the things you don't want in your life, all the topics you don't care to study, really anything that you would remove from your ideal future. And I've talked about this concept of an anti-vision plenty of times in previous videos, but I just now realized what massive power it holds. And now when you got all the things that you don't want, write out why you don't want them. And why is such a powerful question in today's world? Because nowadays we tend to do things subconsciously without actually knowing why we do what we do. If I were to ask you why you did every single action that you did yesterday, could you give me a concise answer? Probably not. Because we as humans, we operate on habits or subconscious behavior patterns. And now when you got this anti-vision done so far, I want you to try and use it to slingshot in the opposite direction. Just reverse all the things you don't want in your life and boom, you got your vision, aka what you truly want in your life. And so when you got these two, your anti-vision and your vision, now write down exactly what you are going to do to achieve this goal you just set yourself. Write down exactly what skills you need to learn to become this version of yourself. Write down exactly why you want to achieve this goal in the first place. And even if you work on a goal and you end up reaching it, you end up achieving it, just to realize that it was assigned to you by someone else, by another person. It wasn't self-defined. It's a big waste of time. Write down the commitment. Write down how bad you actually want this reality to be yours. Write down how bad you actually want a better life for yourself. And now, as I told you a couple minutes ago, there is actually a tactic on how you can make the right decision every single time, 100% of the time. You might ask, what? Yes, always. And here's how to do it. And whenever you think negative thoughts, or whenever you need to make a decision, stop, zoom out, and see yourself from the third person. And then ask yourself, will my future self in 10 years, my future self, be proud and be happy with the decision and all the consequences that come with it? Filter all the advice you hear, all the opinions, all the emotional impulses through this vision. So now you get your anti-vision, so the life you promise yourself to stay away from at all costs. Your vision, so the motivation and the plan for the future, and a goal within this vision that you set your eyes on. and your reasons. So why you want all this in the first place. And don't try to rush this process. For some it might take days, for some it might take weeks, but get it done. And on that note, I hope you got something out of this video, and now you have more clarity on what to do and how to move forward. Have a great day and see you in the next one. Create.